Family perspective, expected, so accept it. Deja un like, comentario y subscribe. Knicks Rehab. Let's get right into this, man. OG Anunoby's devastating news update, injury update. It's not just some elbow inflammation. Obviously, he missed four games. Now it's 5 games. They're talking about bone spurs in the elbow. Bone spurs? Bone spurs. Jesus Christ.
Is OG Anunoby had been making progress as of late last week, and I think what's happening here is they just want to get him pain free. I don't think that this in any way changes significantly the way they're going about this. I mean, I know there was a mention sometimes players get in-season surgery. I haven't heard anything about Anunoby getting any kind of in-season surgery. I think they're just trying to wait this thing out, have it calm down, and they want to make sure he's 100% healthy once he returns to the floor. I think they don't want this lingering.
All right, we're less than 24 hours away from the trade deadline, so how more likely is it now that the Knicks will make a deal?
Yeah, I don't think the Anunoby stuff has anything to do with it. I think the Knicks know that they need to go out and get somebody to come off the bench, to handle the ball, to take some stress off of the starters, and to organize the bench unit. And I think Alec Burks is a guy that they've had their eye on for a long time. They'll continue to have their eye on Alec Burks. Unclear if Detroit is actually going to move Alec or Bojan Bogdanovic. I think some people over there would like to. Others who want to continue to try to win games would not. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Another note on Alec Burks, though. Heard Philadelphia has some interest in Burks as well, so the Knicks would have competition on Burks heading into tomorrow.
Depth was an issue before the injury started to pile up, so obviously you would think they would want to go out and get an extra body. So if they can't get Burks, where do they turn?
I think you're looking at Jordan Clarkson, you're looking at Bruce Brown. Those are at least the guys that they had been eyeing leading up to the night before the deadline. I would think they're still.
Yeah. It's the same story we've been hearing for the last month or so. You see there's an update. OG Anunoby, bone spurs in your elbow. Bone spurs are no joke. Bone spur, I don't care what they tell you. An inflammation of bone spurs is tough. You have to remove them a certain way. The spurs is like an overgrowth of your bones. It's like callus of the bones. It looks like. I could keep guessing. Like he said, he's not a doctor, Ian Begley over there. It's just unfortunate, but I do think, you know, looking at Mikal Bridges' contract is a must. Mikal Bridges' contract, I believe he's 2 or 3 years left. He signed a deal when he was with the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, he's under contract with the Nets now. But that's the guy that you want to spell anything with, especially with OG Anunoby gone, needing to be replaced offensively, defensively. You can see here, Mikal Bridges has up until 2026. He'll be a free agent. He's making $21 million, 23 and 24. So that's about the range that they didn't want to pay IQ, right? They didn't want to pay Emmanuel quickly that much money. Rightfully so. So why not go after Mikal Bridges, give him 3 or 4 first round draft picks? Everyone's offering that. Supposedly it's gone up to 5 first round draft picks. You have to replace OG Anunoby. You have a 2 or 3 year window with a championship style team. I don't care what the media says, the mainstream media. Everyone knows right now, the Knicks, we are championship style. We can't stress that enough. Would Mikal Bridges be available for cheaper in the summertime? Maybe, but I'd rather take the chance of getting a Mikal Bridges. Of course, going after Alec Burks if that's a cheaper option. A combination of that and also some sort of backup for Hartenstein in case Mitchell Robinson can't make it back. All these guys need backups um going forward because Thibodeau's style is just going to be to run you to the ground. I don't now they're trying to say that it's is an argument within the Knicks culture, Knicks community, whether or not this is they greatly exaggerated. It's not greatly exaggerated. It's been going on. He plays a militant style. He coaches a militant style. He had an 8-man rotation the other day. There was no need for it. It was very stubborn. RJ Barrett was in the late game earlier this season when he was still on the Knicks, and he almost got hurt. So it's not us greatly exaggerating anything. Um, Also, there's so many things about what's going on nowadays. Uh, OG Anunoby apparently has changed the game to the point where we have the Chicago Bulls looking at him as an example of what kind of player they want in exchange for Alex Caruso. And they're calling this the pre-agency. OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and the growing power of the NBA pre-agency in this athletic article. It appears that Anunoby and Siakam took a look at the landscape and made their moves early for one reason or another, and they're going to go into the summer as free agents and turn down. It looks like the player option. I'd be shocked if Siakam doesn't match whatever's with the Pacers, or the Pacers don't match whatever's offered out there for him. You don't trade that many draft picks for no reason. I think the Pacers they have no choice at this point. Um, I don't know if Siakam has even had an impact on the Pacers like Anunoby has with the Knicks. They clearly went after the wrong guy, and the Knicks were basically lucky that they traded for Anunoby as soon as they did. I would think. Um, and the Raptors did very well by trading Siakam at that time because then it forced the Pacers to make to give up the extra draft picks. But that being said, I just never seen these headlines before, right? The Bulls want an Anunoby type player for Alex Caruso. Seriously? Wow. What an incredible compliment. OG Anunoby was not this touted before. This was not, an X team wants a Nick player style. This type of Nick on their team. Again, so this is what we have to get used to as a community, the Knicks community. We're gonna have players and styles that people are gonna want to emulate because this is what happens when you're great. So get ready for all the copycats. Get ready for all the copycat fan bases that still can't keep up. They think they're Knicks fans. You're not. Can't wait for you guys to show up with your shades on. Doing your own version of whatever, because it will happen. But we will not look as graceful. Family perspective, expected, so accepted. What do you guys think? Is OG Anunoby out for a long time? Would you want to replace him with Mikal Bridges for the short term? Or would you throw the 5th or 6th round, 5 or 6 first round picks for him? It looks like it's time, man. It's time. They don't like comentarios, suscribe, dame dato. Close to 7,000, y'all. Subscribe. Listen, super chats. We got memberships. The Patreon is tough to set up. I think it's crazy. But super chats, we got a membership. The merch is coming soon. We got to re-up on the merch because we done but fly business over here in New York. See y'all later.